Hey there, you looking kinda cute. Please consider subscribing and check out our Patreon for more. Enjoy the video. I've been thinking about it again recently. This is the time of year when it always happens. Once again, it's wedding season, and more of my friends are getting married. There's nothing wrong with that. I like both of them, and I hope the best for them. It's just that it doesn't look like I'll ever get married. I've always been curious about what I'd look like if I got married, but I've never known how to do it. I have to say that I almost got to be a bridesmaid once. A friend who has seen me as a woman told me that I would fit in with the other guests at her wedding. She finally called off the wedding, so I didn't get to go. Still, that would have been fun. I could have gone shopping and fussing with everyone else and done some of the things I missed. I sometimes look at websites about weddings just to waste time. When I see pictures of pretty women wearing white, I wonder why I never got to do the same. This year, I feel stronger about how I feel. I just want to know what I would look like on my wedding day. I want to get the clothes I would wear and see what I look like. I want to tell you about some things I wish I had. Still, I don't think I can do it. I don't really. At first glance, I don't see why it can't happen. I have a lot of trendy clothes, and I can barely close the doors on my main closet. I could use a bigger one or get rid of more of the clothes for men that I never wear. I shop a lot and have bought many different things. Even though I'm a bit shy and introverted, I've bought every piece of female wear. You'd think it would be possible to find a wedding dress. At first, it was very hard to buy clothes. I knew there was no way I could do it. When I was young, I used to walk around town and look in clothes shops to see if they had any good deals, but it looked like I was just looking around for no reason. I still remember when I finally worked up the courage to go inside one, which was many years ago. I had gone out with some friends for a quick drink in the morning. I went back inside and laid down. I felt weird inside, like I do when I haven't been able to be myself for a long time. It's a strange feeling that's hard to explain. I feel it very rarely now, thank goodness. I can't explain how I felt, but I knew I had to start getting my own clothes right away. I told myself that it would be over in a few minutes, even if it was the most embarrassing thing I had ever done. Then I would have some nice clothes I could wear for a long time. I walked around the town for more than an hour without getting anywhere. I sort of half walked toward a store, but then I thought of a good reason not to go in. Even if you really want to do something hard, it can be easy to find reasons why you shouldn't. I was doing just that. I thought I was going home empty-handed until I remembered what I'd told myself and found some courage. I went into one of the shops where loud music was blasting into the street and started nervously looking around. I didn't want to waste time. I saw a nice-looking long black skirt and grabbed it. I made a guess because I didn't know the sizes. I got a white blouse to go with it, and now I'm not sure if I can take the next step and buy it. It didn't seem like a sure thing. Having to wait in line to pay for it was awful. On a busy Saturday afternoon at Oxford, the line at Topshop was as long as the eye could see. I think there were about 15 people ahead of me. I felt like everyone was looking at me, their eyes burning into the back of my head. Even though it's silly, I became sure that everyone knew where I'd been and what I'd bought on my way home. I couldn't wait to get home. It seemed to take forever to get there. When I got home, I saw that I was almost right about the size. The long black skirt was just a little bit too big for me, but I didn't mind. I still have it, to be exact. It's now hung up in my closet. Even if it didn't fit me anymore, I'd still keep it as a reminder that sometimes our biggest problem is our own fear, which can sometimes be overcome. I've never again felt that way. Since then, I've been shopping once or twice a week. I don't always buy something, but I've done well. I want the clothes that a woman would wear to her wedding. That means you have to go into a regular store and ask to buy a wedding dress. I don't understand how that would work. They will just make fun of me. I won't even be able to get in. I'm not sure why I really want one. I don't tend to dress very girly. Most of the time, I wear jeans, mini skirts, sweaters, and boots. I guess that's why I have my party dresses too. I don't wear them very often, but when I really want to look fancy, I can just pull one out and put it on. Still, the idea won't go away. I often think about where I could get one. Some of the more expensive stores on the high street have wedding lines, and I know my size in most of them. That gets rid of one problem, and I would know I was getting the right thing. I know it's still impossible, though. I look at some of the websites they have, and before I know it, I'm looking at a huge selection of amazing clothes. The dresses are made of white silk and have no straps. I really like the one with the laced back, but it looks like it might be hard to put on, so I have to say no to it. I can't help but look at a girl. She's stylish and pretty. I wish I were her. I want to wear what she is wearing. I look at a few of the other choices, but I always come back to this one. I like most of the clothes on display, but I want this one the most. I don't even know why I bother. It's all in my head. I guess going to look tomorrow won't hurt. I can just stop by on my way home from work to check out the dresses. It won't be that bad, and I don't have to do anything. I leave work a little early on Thursday and head to Leicester Square. The trip will take longer than usual because I have to switch trains. It's a nice evening, and I try not to think about what I'm going to do as I take the short walk to Covent Garden. As I walk by a store, I see a cute miniskirt. It's a belted denim shirt. I really like it, and I've decided to buy one the next time I go shopping. Tonight, I'm only thinking about one thing. As I get closer to the main road that goes by the Opera House, two men call out to me. I think I can figure out what they want. They don't usually talk to me. This is the first time they've ever done so. Like I did a few years ago, I wonder if the reason for my errand is clear to everyone. I squeeze past a crowd of tourists who are waving video cameras at street performers and duck into a shop. It's not very big, and I'm trying to find my way around. I wander around trying to be casual, but I don't think I'm very good at it. Part of my brain is telling me that this isn't happening and that I'm not here. I try to forget about it and go on. The clothes for weddings are on a rack in the back of the store. I try to look them over. All of them are in plastic bags, which makes it very hard. I also have the feeling that everyone is looking at me. Even though I know they aren't, I can't stop thinking about it, and it's making me very nervous. Two strong women come up to where I'm standing and stop my weak attempt to look at the dresses. They don't pay any attention to me at all and just start taking dresses off the rack and holding them up. I'm so out of place here that I have to leave. As I walk out, I find myself saying impossible under my breath. It seems like I'll never get what I want. To think I can just walk into a store and buy a wedding dress. I'm not happy with how things turned out. Everything was wrapped in plastic, so I couldn't see if they had what I was looking for. Tonight, I wasted an hour and didn't learn much. In the still evening air, I go for a long walk in a circle. I think about how I feel as I walk. It really should be a lot easier. When I get home, I look at the internet again. More than ever, I want to do this. I look around. Okay, I really messed up tonight. What should I do now? I have to think of a good reason why I want a dress. It's hard to come up with one. I need a good reason that makes sense. I tell stories, though. I ought to be able to think of one. I don't like the idea of having to lie to get what I want, but I don't know how else to do it. I tell myself that it's not a big deal. No one will be hurt by it, and both sides will be able to avoid being embarrassed. If I can think of a good story, it could work. I sit still and try to figure out what to do. I give it some thought. I can't wear the dress, so it must be for someone else. So perhaps it's for my sister? She must not be able to get it herself for a reason. That's fine. She might be on vacation somewhere else. She wouldn't ask me to help her pick out her wedding dress. No woman would do that. If she already has one and something bad happens to it, she might want another one. She was about to go on vacation at the time, so I offered to help her fix everything and replace it. It's true, it kind of makes sense. I'd just ask for what I want. No one would expect me to know anything about it or answer questions about it. I still don't know how I'll be able to do it. Even so, it will still be embarrassing. But that might not be a big deal. In that situation, it would be strange if I didn't feel embarrassed. That doesn't make it less likely to be true. It might still work, so I'll try it out this weekend if I can. I sleep fitfully for a couple of hours, and when I wake up, I know I won't be able to sleep again tonight. My thoughts are racing about what I'm going to say and what might go wrong. I think about things for a long time and try to find answers to any questions that might come up. In the end, I know I've done the best I could. I still can't sleep because I'm too wound up, and I don't think I'll be able to get any more rest. It's been a long night, and I'm nervous and scared. Friday morning, I get up around 5:30 and turn on my computer. I take a picture, the clothes I want, and put it in the pocket of my jeans. Even though I don't think I'll do it, I'll go along with it. Before I can talk myself out of it completely, I decide to go tonight instead of tomorrow. I have a list of all the stores that sell wedding dresses. Let me start with the largest. It just opened a few weeks ago, and I haven't bought anything there yet. I go over my story on the way to work. I think it's starting to make sense, and I know just what to say. I want to say as little as possible tonight. The more you try to make things sound better than they are, the more likely you are to make a mistake. It does help to have a plan, though. At work, I'm never on task. I can't seem to stop my mind from filling up with ideas about what I want to do. I keep wondering if I can pull it off. I'm not sure what to do. I think I might be able to, but I'm not sure. I guess I'll have to wait until I get there to find out. Then there was another long train ride. I walk along the main road after leaving the station. This is a nice part of town with expensive shops that are well lit and don't show much in their windows. When I walk into the shop, I see that what I want is on the second floor. I try to stay calm as I walk up the steps and into the area with all the white dresses. I can't believe I'm doing it, but I look into all of them. The pretty laced dress makes me sigh again, but I know I'd have a hard time tying it. I'm able to get past the plastic wrappings so I can look at the clothes I want. It's easier than it was before. I'm not in a small space and no one is looking at me. I see that the dirt is almost black at the edge of the skirt's hem. Most likely people who don't care have been trying it on. I look at the one skirt that has the style I want. It's not my size, so I wonder if they have any more. I don't think I'll have any more luck. I have a lot of doubts about why I'm here. Just as I'm about to explode with shame, a woman comes up to me and asks if I need help. I tell her that I do, and tell her what happened to me. I show her a picture on my phone of what I want to buy and ask for my size. She sends someone right away to the basement to see if they have any more, and if they do, she promises to help me if she can. She tells me that the store has extra stock right now, so I might get lucky. I don't let myself believe it because I know I never have much luck. I stand around and try not to be nervous. When I have a moment to myself, I look at the white shoes and wraps that are on display. I want to take a leaflet, but it's the only one left and it might look weird if I did. My size is only available in the skirt, but they will order the top for me. She takes me downstairs to pay. I ask if I can buy both things and give her my information. She says it shouldn't be a big deal. I have to wait until tomorrow to find out if they can help me get them. As I'm going home, I have a strange mix of feelings. I still can't let myself think that this will work, but it might. There's a chance it might. I tell myself that I've done well tonight no matter what happens next. If I had picked one of the other dresses, I might have already had it tonight. I'm too tired to do anything, so I go to bed and hope that everything will work out. Saturday, I wake up only a little bit earlier than I did the day before, but I feel much better because I slept well. I turn on my phone and put it in my pocket almost as soon as I wake up. No one calls me in the morning, so I know I have to leave. I thought the phone would ring as soon as I left the house, but it doesn't. As I walk down the street, I hold it tight. I am both hopeful and afraid. I'm not sure what I'll say when they call. Even so, I shouldn't have to say much. My mind is still making up terrible things that could happen. In one of them, the store sends the clothes to me by mail, but they go to my neighbor instead. I kind of think they won't be able to find what I need. No way will that happen. I'm about the same size as most women. If I can't get this dress, then many other brides this spring will be sad. I hurry back home and just sit around. I take my mind off things by watching a movie. I try not to think at all about the phone. The call comes just after 3 o'clock in the afternoon. I grab the phone quickly and answer it. The voice is not one I know. The woman seems a little confused by the fact that she is talking to a man, but she is friendly enough. She tells me that the order has been sent and should be here in 5 days. I thank her, then end the call. As I go down the stairs, I do a little dance. It will work out. I'm going to buy a dress for my wedding. Now all I need to do is go get it. Now I can finish my outfit, which gives me a good reason to go shopping. I didn't get the other things right away because I know they'll be easy, and I don't want to spend the money until I'm sure about the dress. On Sunday, I go back to Leicester Square. I'm going to go into a few shops and then go to Oxford Street. I buy an ivory silk wrap as the first thing. It's not the one I wanted, but their wedding section didn't have any. But it will look great with the dress. I stop in to buy the denim skirt I saw the other day on my way down Long Acre. I don't know what size I am in this store, but I'm pretty good at guessing. I choose to buy a size 12, and I'm almost sure it will fit. I like another skirt, but I decide to hold off on buying it until I've tried on this one. Next, I buy a small bag with silver chain and ivory beads. From the same shop, I also buy a silver torquete necklace. It doesn't have to go with my wedding dress, but I can't resist it, and it's cheap. Then I walk across the street and buy a waistband to wear under the wedding dress. I don't have any white ones because I don't wear them that much. There aren't many small ones in the store, so I buy the only one I can. It is ivory, has a pretty lace edge, and is just about long enough to do the job. I decide to wait until I've done some research on the internet before going shoe shopping today. I think they might be in the catalog I use, but I forgot to look before I left. I think I'm done now, but I see a very pretty top in a different store. It's white and printed with bright flowers. Again, it's not very expensive, so I grab one quickly. It's a risk of going shopping. I see new things all the time and want to get them. I deal with this by not going shopping as often or by just going to get one thing I know I need. I'm not crazy about shopping, and I don't spend too much. I tell myself that everything is fine. It could even be right. I look in a few other places for new books and video games, but I don't find anything. I decide that I have done enough for the day and head home. I try on everything when I get home. The denim skirt fits me perfectly. It is just right. I put on a black sweater and some boots and look in the mirror. It's good. I put the piece of fabric over my shoulders. Even though it looks nice, it doesn't go with these clothes. I love everything I've bought. I just need some shoes to finish getting dressed. Now, I'm starting to think that I'll get the dress. Tuesday, I'm again not paying attention at work. I keep turning on my phone to see if it says message waiting. Just before I leave the office, I finally check it. Since no one has called, I've decided to go shoe shopping tonight. I get to Oxford Street on the other side of town. I go back to the store where I bought the skirt on Sunday and buy a short black one with buckles. It wasn't very expensive when I saw it on Sunday. I love skirts and can never have enough of them. After that, I look at the shoes. I saw some nice silver sandals with pretty stars on the straps in the catalog. If you believe what the magazines say, silver is now in style. I take them and look at them. They look like they were made well and don't cost that much. I want to buy them, but I can't find even one free salesperson to help me. About 4 of them are at the cash register, but they're all talking with customers in depth. The stores are about to close, and I have to go somewhere else. I decide to put it off for now and order them from the catalog. Even so, I can get them by Saturday. I wonder if these stores realize how much money they lose when things like this happen. If they knew how much I spend on clothes, I think they might welcome me a little more warmly. I need to stop buying things soon, or all I'll be able to eat for the rest of the month is bread and water. I don't get the shoes, but I do get a new skirt. I try it on with a black top and like the way it looks. The buckles are just for looks, but I like how it looks and how it fits. Wednesday, I'm at work playing with my phone when I realize that it has lost the voicemail settings. They might have called me yesterday, but I might not have heard them. I get scared for a moment. I try to convince myself that they didn't call yesterday. If they had, I would have seen a sign that a call had been missed. I feel better when I think about it. It takes me about 10 minutes to turn the phone back on and make sure the voicemail is working again. Then I turn it back off. I'm afraid to answer that call in the office. I'm having the same old paranoid thought that everyone knows what I'm doing. When I turn my phone on in the afternoon, it beeps at me right away. I need to talk to you. I fumble around to find the earphone and push the button. Again, I hear a woman who sounds a bit confused. She tells me my clothes are here and ready for me to pick up. I need to give her a call back and set it up. It's a nice, warm day, so I take a short walk to a quiet place. I call back and make plans to call in the evening of the next day. I try to sound very straightforward. I've found that this is the best way to handle these kinds of situations. People are more likely to believe you and act in the right way if you sound like you know what you're doing and everything is fine. I go right back to the office after the call. Now all I have to do is go in and get it tomorrow. Even though I know I can do it now, it could still be hard. I remind myself of what I did back then. In 5 or 10 minutes, the shame will be over. Then I'll always have the dress. Thursday, I'm not nearly as worried as I was last Friday. I'm able to keep my mind on my work and only think about what I'm going to do from time to time. I leave work about 10 minutes early and go straight to the Waterloo and City line, which is the first part of my trip. The train isn't as full as it was last week, so I get to sit down. I try to read the evening newspaper, but it's hard for me to pay attention. I've brought with me a big plastic bag that I folded up into a small size. This is in case they give me an answer that is too obvious. I don't want a big bag with big gold letters that say wedding dress on it. I have to carry it across half of London, and I might run into people I know. As I leave the station, it is starting to get dark. This time, I know how to get to the right exit and can avoid a dangerous crossing in front of slow-moving cars. I keep telling myself that I just have to do this one thing and then it will all be over. I start the timer on my watch when I walk into the store by pressing the button. I just want to know how long this really goes on for. Don't ask me why, but it's important to know this. I'm shocked right away. Women are drinking champagne everywhere. I think they're getting ready to start a bridal evening. Oh my, there was nothing about this on the site. I read that there's one in Oxford tonight, but I don't remember reading anything about one here. Girls in bridesmaid dresses are fluttering around, and a man in a morning suit is pouring drinks for everyone. My calm goes away, and a big panic starts running through me. I think about what to do. I can't just give up, but I have to admit to myself that I'm scared. At least 30 people are waiting in line to turn in their invitations. I go up to the second floor and look around, trying to find the woman I saw last week. I don't know where she is. I'm so upset. Just 5 minutes ago, it all seemed so easy. I'm not sure what to do now. When I go back down, the crowd is going the opposite way. I can see that after signing in at the desk, everyone is going upstairs. I'm so happy it's hard to put into words. It looks like I'll be able to get close enough to the cashier soon to ask about my order. I go to the desk where the number of people is getting smaller and see the woman I talked to last week. She knows who I am and tells someone to bring me my clothes. It looks like it takes a long time. I stand there feeling out of place and listen to young women talk about the pros and cons of different dresses. I heard that one of them is crazy about the laced dress I saw last week. Now, I can start to see how funny things are. I was curious about what it's like to buy clothes for a wedding. Now I'm showing up late to an event I'd really like to go to. If I'd known about it, I never would have come here, and I never thought I'd be in the middle of something like this. She will soon bring out my clothes for us to look at together. I check the sizes and make sure there are no problems or marks on them. I don't think I've ever seen anything as pretty as they are. She gives me to another woman to take care of the money. "When is the wedding?" asks the other girl. I tell her that it will be soon and that I'm helping my sister. She folds the plastic bags carefully and puts them in a regular bag. It's almost done. I've almost made it. The nice woman says goodbye to me as I'm leaving the store. I'm very grateful for all the help she gave me. She helped me so much. At the door, I stop the timer by clicking my watch. In real time, the whole thing went on for 12 minutes and 13 seconds. When I was in there, it felt like I was there for at least 2 hours. My heart is pounding fast. It has been a very nerve-wracking 12 minutes. I go home, folding the top of the big paper bag carefully so no one can see what's inside. What I've bought would be clear. I get home around 8, and I have to try everything on right away. I take the bag with the things from Sunday out of the closet and spread them out on the bed. I pull a nice pair of shoes out of the closet and pick out some jewelry. Then, I carefully take my new clothes out of their plastic bags. The bodice almost fits perfectly. It's a little snug, but I think that's how it should be. I think I bought the right size. In the mirror, I can see how nice it looks. It makes me feel good. The slip goes on first, and then the skirt goes on top of it. It has a lot of volume and feels great to wear. It's a little big around the waist, but not enough to need to be pinned. As I put my shoes on, I look in the mirror and see something I never thought I'd see. I see myself in a wedding dress. I feel like a bride. I put on some jewelry and put my hair in a nice style. It falls over my shoulders, which are bare, and tickles them. The wrap is easy to wrap around me, and I grab the bag. I can't say what I'm feeling right now. I don't think I could explain what it's like to see and feel this to anyone. I know that most people wouldn't care, and that some would even hate me for it. After a while, I carefully put them away. I'll be putting them on again soon. I'm going to take some pictures of myself. Then, I'll always have a way to remember how I looked in my white wedding dress. Saturday, a cute woman knocks on the door and hands me a package. I thank her and put my name on it. Then I quickly run upstairs and open it. I look at the shoes. I always feel the same way when I open the tissue paper they are wrapped in. I can't believe these are mine. They are. And I own them, which makes me smile. I now have a full set of clothes. They are pretty, and I can also wear them with most of my black clothes. I have many black things. Again, I look at my brand new white clothes, which are still wrapped up to keep them safe. I've only known for a little over a week that I had to try to do this. Now that I've done it, I can say that it worked. When I think about what happened last week, the worst part was my own fear. Nothing that happened was like the bad dreams and possible disasters I kept making up. I've pushed myself again, and that makes me feel very strong. I feel like I've fought back in a small way against society's invisible prison walls. I stop it before it gets the best of me. What I do know is that you're already lost if you think you can't do something. When I go to the next wedding, I won't feel as bad. I know a bit more now because I've been through some things that most people don't. I'll have a better idea of how she felt and how fun and stressful it was to put together her outfit. I can only live my life as it is and try to find a balance between how things are and how I am. Thanks for watching. Be sure to check out Patreon for a lot more content and early access to YouTube videos.